All right, we're on. To the next part of the beast set. We're going to talk about Samudra Vakaya. In this case, it is, what is that called? The Makara. Oh, Makara. Oh, wow. What is this? That's even a Sanskrit word. Makara. For like an ocean nightmare. That's legit. I think Anakim actually might be one of the words for the giants from one of the kinds of giants from the Book of Giants, like Anem, Anakim. That sounds actually like it might be the case. All right, so Makara, one of the families of beasts, they represent nightmares of the depths, such as sirens, krakens, and leviathans. There isn't a word for siren in Sanskrit, so in the vein of like Rasulka and like the sirens from Wizardry that I learned the song of, Enchanted. Uh, Dang it! I just closed the window. It's Kanye the Saka for Seducer. That's what I got. Yet again, it is a Rtia Paratman, a horror higher soul. Does that make sense? Um, Probably only in this context. Probably only in this context. All right, their birthright allows them to impose a feeling like you're drowning. Well, that's a bummer. All right, wow. Sama Karate and Baba Karate. Penikarodi Abajayati, Prasadayati. Majayati. I claim as my birthright. Drown. Well then, I guess that's the thing now. I also have this Paratman, Samakarati and Babakarati, Pindikaroti, Nisikati, Prasadayati build on. So basically, like, now the second Paratman, or the second higher soul of Beast of Horrors, of Malika, Primordial Horror, is essentially now investing in to build on my lair. Why am I doing this? Oh, well, funny thing Kitty, there's nothing in there for you to eat. So, all right, inheritances. So here's the thing. The inheritance of the Begotten is the ultimate fulfillment of their legend, for good or ill. While some beasts come the inheritance by accident, others actively pursue one of them. Unfettered is when effectively they die, and they become like they effectively separate from their avatar incarnation, and they're just like off in the dream because like they're just, I guess, happier being without a physical body. The horror unmoored from its human concerns becomes an ephemeral thing. They effectively become a spirit immortal. That's actually not a bad deal. I mean, like, you don't have a body, but at that point, you actually don't want one. So, like, it's not a bad deal. Not what I want, but it's not a bad deal. The rampant inheritance. A beast may physically merge with the horror, bringing its monstrous traits into the waking world. The merger results from the collapse of the beast's lair, which may be deliberate or the result of an enemy action. I don't want to collapse my dragon's mountain. Unless it wants it collapsed, but I doubt it. The divergence for a beast who finds coexistence with a horde too much of a burden. Divergence allows too great measure of independence from each other. The starving horde must be kept in lair until, in desperation, it pulls itself free of the beast and attempts to consume it. The beast must then attempt to devour the horror right back. Yep, that sounds like how that would have to work. The beast then attempt to devour the horror right back. Unsuccessful attempts at divergence usually end in death. Yeah, that sounds like that how it would work. If successful, the beast and the horror become half flesh, half dream beings, and the beast is no longer burdened with the horror's hunger. They are still bound together by their lair and a shared satiety pool. Diverged beasts may retain use of a single atavism, if exceptionally lucky, but can still may retain use of a single atavism if exceptionally lucky, but can still use nightmares. Vice versa, the horror may retain a single nightmare, but can still use full. Vice versa, the horror may retain a single nightmare, but can still use full range of atavisms, and can enter the physical world either in its true form or disguised as beast. These can also return to lair return to lair, though it may no longer be welcome. Interesting. The erasure, even more violent than the Virgin's. Resonance of horror is simply intolerable. A beast may attempt to destroy it and replace it with a new mortal soul. That sounds like a tough order. This may require the assistance of a hero or non-beast kin. If the erasure is successful, the beast can still use nightmares and its birthright, so long as it has satiated its pool. However, rather than feeding the horror, the erased must consume the flesh of other beasts in order to restore satiety. Wow, that's scary. You have to become a straight-up cannibal. That's messed up. The most complex and powerful inheritance the incarnate inheritance. The most complex and powerful inheritance cannot happen by accident. A beast must choose to pursue it, and typically only beasts with a large lair can even try. Lesser beasts may try to achieve the incarnate inheritance by attuning themselves to the primordial dream, exploring the key concepts of family, hunger, nightmares, and legends. For each path the beast attunes to, the minimum layer for attempting its inheritance drops by 1. Once reaching the necessary layer size, there are 3 ways to go about incarnation. Subvert a hero by utterly destroying one before they have a chance to strike back. Boo. Control the local hive by becoming the apex of the area and visiting your hunger on other beasts. I'm down with becoming the apex, but I don't know how I feel about that second part. Spawn a legend through public grandiose demonstrations of power. If any of the things I do on this show actually work, and they've already done that third one. Huh. None of these methods are without risk, but the beast incarnate gains tremendous power over both the primordial dream and the waking world. Her legend becomes a myth. Heroes cannot track her or place anathema. She can enter the... Oh yeah, those things. She can enter the primordial dream or shapeshift into the form of her horror, and her hunger is never out of control. Unlike the other 2 forms of inheritance, incarnation is also reversible. If the beast's incarnate myth is destabilized, he may lose his incarnate status and the additional powers it grants, reverting back to a normal but very powerful beast. The beast inverted, the most violent of all inheritance. The inversion sees the beast so fully reject the Dark Mother that they set out not just to destroy their own horror, but all her children. Boo! Important, interesting thing, though. A would-be inverted travels into the bright dream, and with patient sight can craft an anathema weapon with which to brutalize but not kill their horror. In doing so, they gain the power to place anathema, as heroes do, and typically proceed to go on a violent spree against their family. Such a spree is inevitably short-lived, as the inverted beast can no longer regain satiety, and any beast who manages to survive their attack can easily track them down and retaliate. Now, there is one part that interests me. And the thing is, you don't actually have to use it the way it says. An anathema weapon. And placing anathema as heroes do. Now I have talked a lot about Zapatha, which is a Sanskrit word that means anathema, but it also means oath. And I think it also means curse. So, anathema weapons. Placing anathema. I'm going to have to look into the hero side of this thing, too. Because dropping anathema on stuff is actually something I've been trying to do for a while. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe.